Mash Kiralet, a demi-servant to Gudel, right? Or is it nothing more than a projection in this one's mind? Hello, welcome back to Admin's Conspiracy Theory. This one I must go into depth to find out the secrets of this one's mind. Is Mash real? For that, we must look into the history. In the year 2000, Mash was created from artificial fertilization and genetic editing. She is actually a designer baby, a Magus genetically engineered under the orders of Chaldea's late director, Marsbury, to be a prime vessel for the heroic spirit's soul. The project aimed to control the powers of heroic spirits by binding them into a compatible mortal vessel in order to produce demi-servants. In 2010, Chaldea performed their second heroic spirit summoning. While the project succeeded in summoning and binding a spirit to Mash, the spirits failed to awaken. Galahad decried Chaldea's brutal experiments, but remained in the world to keep his host alive. After the research team deemed the project to be a failure, Mash was left to Chaldea's care. However, due to being a genetically engineered organism, not dissimilar to a homunculus, her lifespan was set since her conception. She was given 18 years to live, and while she was aware of this fact, she kept it a secret between herself and Dr. Romani, a physician. By the start of the story, Mash has already lived 16 years of her life, giving her a mere 2 years left at best. For the most part, everything will play out the same. Mash gets hit by a giant boulder and is dying. Then we see something quite unusual, a demi-servant being born. But is it really how Mash ends up? We already established the fact that Mash is a lab-grown human close to a homunculus. And if we see by the example of Irisfield, they do not live that long. As time goes by, they get a lot weaker, as we can see in this scene.
Saber, 今から私は精一杯の力であなたの手を握るわね。いい？ええ、どうぞ。アイリスフィル、ふざけてるわけじゃないのよ。今の私にはこれで精一杯なの。指先に引っ掛けたりするのがせいぜいで、握ったりつまんだりはとても無理。朝着替えるのにもかなり苦労しちゃった。
As we can see here, she is growing weak. She can barely even squeeze her hands. Please remember that this is with Avalon stored inside her, a thing that could heal her even after being brutally stabbed. Mash does not have Avalon, or anything close to the healing capabilities of Avalon, which makes her case of surviving even worse. By following the same logic, genetically modified humans are not that stable. At best, Mash was going to live for 18 years, but by the 16th year, she should be below average of a human. It would be to a point where being crushed by a giant boulder makes it impossible for her to survive, which goes for most organisms, but in her case, it's worse. If we look at other games, a man named Alex Mason, who was brainwashed into thinking a man named Reznov was still alive, and killed a man in front of him.
Reznov got exactly what he wanted. Revenge.
Yes. Dragovich's men are rounding up everyone on the island! Those no longer essential to his plans are being executed! You must hurry before they kill me too!
Friedrich Steiner. This is the end.
I know you. Vorkuta. You don't know what we did to you.
Mason, talk to me.
Your evil has claimed the lives of many good men. No longer.
Killing me will not stop Nova.
I do not care about Nova. My name is Victor Reznov. And I will have my revenge!
I swear to God, that's how Steiner died. Reznov killed him right in front of me!
You're lying, Mason. You killed Steiner. We know you did.
God, we have to stop him now! Damn, it's bulletproof! Mason, what are you doing? We need him alive! Stand down! Stand down!
My name is Victor Reznov, and I will have my revenge!
Mason, no!
I'm fine. Check Steiner. He's dead.
But then you say MASH talked to Goodell before dying. That may be so. But we also remember he passed out, and in the next scene, he woke up in Fuyuki, and MASH came to the rescue. But is that really MASH? Looking at the conditions of the room, we see that the place is on fire, smoke is abundant, and the place is locked down. Looking at things realistically, the amount of carbon monoxide in the room from the smoke should have made Goodell have permanent brain damage due to inhaling an abundance of smoke. The last thing he was thinking of was MASH. Due to this brain damage, hallucinations are more abundant. This is where MASH comes to play. Even though she is dead by the time Goodell reaches her, his feelings for wanting her alive projects onto the body. If we take this type of logic into account, we can see that Goodell is suffering a similar type of problem, this time with permanent brain damage and not brainwash. MASH never became a demi-servant, and what Goodell actually got was the original servant inside MASH to awaken, making this scene a bit awkward. Besides being Galahad himself, Goodell saw him as MASH. Galahad thought this was a nickname and accepted. His mind in shambles, he went on this adventure with Roman and the others knowing the truth. Pretended MASH was still alive to not affect Goodell's mental state even further.